channel. I'm Alyssa Marie. This is Alyssa Marie TV, also known as the Peachy List on Instagram, or Like to Note if you follow me there. Today we're going to be going over kind of like my holy grail products that you can purchase on the Sephora holiday sale. We have got a lot here going on. I'm literally sitting looking at my desk and I have everything spread out in like skincare and then makeup and then some hair products, things like that. So there is a lot. So I have poured myself a glass of wine. I recommend you do the same. Maybe pop a bag of popcorn and let's get to it. Let's go. Also, my lighting and my backdrop probably looks different for those of you who have been around for a while. My boyfriend and I have recently moved in together into a new house, and we're still working on getting my closet office situated. And I also don't have everything from my previous office fully moved over yet, so I'm working with one light. That is why there's so much shadowiness going on behind me. So just bear with me. Hopefully it's enough lighting to get through these incredible products that are my holy grails. So first, let's talk about skincare. Maskne is a huge thing. These are kind of the products that I've been using that help me. We're going to go into cleansers first. First two cleansers that I highly recommend. Murad has been with me since I was like 17, 18 years old. I love it. It's the Murad Clarifying Cleanser with 1.5% salicylic acid in it. Also, before we continue, I will link every single product down below so you guys can just click the link and go straight to it. The second one, which is actually one of Ryan's favorites. He just asked me the other night, where's the pink face wash? It's the Kate Somerville Eradicate Daily Foaming Cleanser. I also love this. I kind of bounce back and forth between the two. And then another product that I do not have here that I actually left at my dad's house that I will put a picture of on the screen right here is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate. I highly recommend picking it up during the sale because it is expensive, but it lasts you a long time because it's a once a week thing. It is a very intense exfoliator, but it gets rid of all of the dirt and oils and nastiness that is on your face and just kind of like peels away that layer and gives you a fresh new face, I guess. I don't know. I cannot recommend it enough. Also, if you're a FabFitFun member, take a look at when they do their box add-ons because you can usually get it for a great price through FabFitFun. But those are the three kind of face washes, cleansers, and exfoliators that I highly recommend. Next, we're going to move on to a spot treatment. So the next spot treatment, there's going to be a lot of Murad in this section. I absolutely love Murad. This is going to be the acne control section. So after I put on my cleansers and I moisturize, I probably should have done moisturizer before this, or no. Well, sometimes I do it before the moisturizer, but I definitely always put it on before I put on any type of makeup, any type of primer, is the Rapid Relief Acne Spot Treatment. Cannot recommend this enough. This one has 2% salicylic acid, and you just use it as a spot treatment, and I swear it helps so much, and also creates a nice barrier between your skin and the makeup before you do your makeup, kind of protecting that acne and also working to get rid of it while you're just going on about your day. So the next is another Murad treatment. It is the Renewing Eye Cream. I put this on in the morning, especially first thing before I wake up. I just dab a little bit of the product underneath my eyes and then finish up with my moisturizers. Now I have 3 moisturizers to talk to you guys about. One is kind of like a rescue treatment. I also have an face oil that I use as a rescue treatment when my face has just been in the sun too much or it's super dry and it just needs a lot of TLC. This is the Caudalie Venosource Cream Sorbet Moisturizing Sorbet. I wish I made more money because Caudalie is definitely expensive, so that's why this is kind of like my SOS. If my skin is just like SOS, we need help, we need moisture, we just need help, please save us, then I pull for this guy. My everyday moisturizer is going to be the Murad Skin Perfecting Lotion. I feel like every single product I'm going to be like, I cannot recommend this enough because this stuff is I want to say 75% of the products that I'm going to show you guys in this video are products that have been with me since I first started getting into like high-end makeup. You know, you start off with drugstore and then you move into high-end, and I mean, these products have been with me for over a decade, and I continuously repurchase. This one right here, I have a section in my closet. When I do my closet tour, you'll see where I have this little box where not every single product I do this for, but especially in sale events or whenever the particular brand has a sale, I will stock up and get one extra. So that way when I'm done with this, I have another one. So this is one of those products that I have another box waiting for me. So that way when I'm done with this, I don't have to go out and buy it. I already have it stocked up and waiting. So those two. And then another one. So this is for my oily skin ladies. My oily skin ladies, listen up. The Oil Henriksen Counterbalance Oil Control Hydrator. This stuff is amazing. I tend to be a lot more oily in the summer, whereas I know it's oil from sweat and just buildup and things like that, but in the winter I get a different type of oily. When you have dry skin, your skin's going to try and compensate for that dry skin and create oilness, so you're really actually wanting to gear your purchases towards dry skin products, whereas in the summer I know I'm definitely a lot more oily, so I tend to go towards I don't know if that's confusing or not, but oily skin products. So basically, I'm chatty Cathy and probably just confused everyone watching this video. The Oil Henriksen Counterbalance Oil Control, this stuff is amazing. Also, if I notice that I'm overproducing oil too much, I will just put it in my T-zone, because I kind of have combination skin as well. So I will just put it on my forehead, my nose, around my nose here, and on my chin, and then the rest of my face I will use that Murad Everyday Skin Perfecting Lotion. So those are my 3 moisturizers. I kind of have a variety of stuff in every single section that we're going to be talking about, and I will also put down below the time slots of where each section kind of starts, because if there's one section, like if you're really more into skincare than you are the makeup, then you'll have the time slot down below, and then if you're really more interested in the makeup, you'll have the makeup slot down below. I also feel like I'm ripping through this, but I also feel like there's so many products that I feel like no matter how quickly I go, this is just going to be like a 10-hour long video. But we're going to try and avoid this. So the next product is more of a nighttime routine product, and this is the Sunday Riley Juno Antioxidant and Superfood Face Oil. This is another one of those products that I've noticed have also been on FabFitFun, but it's very rare. So I highly recommend picking up any Sunday Riley, Caudalie, Kate Somerville. I think out of all the skincare products, take advantage of the sale for the Exfoliate, the Kate Somerville. But this is also another one. So I don't wash my face 2 times a day. I think it's a little repetitive, and it kind of strips your face of the natural oils. So I only wash my face like after the day is done. I don't wash my face in the morning. I come home, I wash off my makeup, I wash my face, and I do all of that. I still moisturize in the morning though. That I like wet my face with wet water and then I moisturize. That step I never skip, and the same with the acne spot treatments. I will still do that in the morning. And there's another face oil that I use that isn't sold at Sephora that I also don't have in front of me, but it's from Hydro something, I can't remember the brand, also expensive, and that's another one of my SOS face oils, but that'll be strictly a morning face oil. At night, I use this antioxidant face oil. It really helps keep my face moisturized throughout the night, and I wake up with a plump face. It's not swollen. I don't feel like I don't recognize myself in the mornings. So I highly recommend this Sunday Riley oil specifically for nighttime. I believe on the Sephora website it says AM and PM. This is strictly a part of my nighttime routine. Okay, lastly, these are also incredible products. Holy grail. I feel like at this point almost everyone knows about it. I've turned on so many friends to this product, and this is actually another one where I currently cannot find the one that I've opened, so I pulled this one out of the box, but it's one of those products that like I said before, I keep a spare one in my little closet space. So this is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I also want to try, they have a chocolate chip version. This one's more of like a berry flavor. And it comes with this cute little applicator right here, this silicone applicator. I feel like I just said that with a weird accent. Silicone applicator, and you just scoop up the product inside and put it on your lips. They say it's meant to be for overnight, but I can't get enough of this stuff. It also makes for an amazing lip gloss, so much so that I feel like they've listened to their consumers and now they have put it in a tube. I love the original flavor, the berry flavor. This one's the berry. This one just says original when you go to purchase it, but it is so good. I also want to try out the mint one because I have mint chapsticks and I like the way they feel on my lips. But I have one of these in my office, like my normal 9-to-5 office, because I work in marketing outside of, you know, YouTube. YouTube is just my hobby. Anyway, I have one there. I have one at my at-home office. I have one in my car. Literally have one everywhere. Follows me everywhere I go. I cannot live without this stuff, and this is yet again another product that I always have backup boxes fresh in my closet here. I recommend all those skincare products, but obviously I know not everyone can afford all of it. I recommend definitely takeaways are you need to get one of these Laneige products, probably the lip tube just because it's a little more accessible, and then the Kate Somerville Exfoliate. Those two are definitely have to be key takeaways if you haven't tried them already. Before we move on to this next section, we're going to go into makeup primers. I have 4 amazing makeup primers, and the first one I'm going to start with kind of goes hand in hand, makeup primer slash skincare. Also from Laneige, and it is, or Laneige. I'm probably saying that wrong, but whatever. This is another product that I have a replacement box for, and it is the Glowy Makeup Serum. This is fairly new. I want to say maybe came out in the summer. I could be wrong, but it is so good. It has like this pink flake in it that gives you, so the description says hydrating and long-lasting makeup wear, and it just gives you this beautiful moisturized base before you put on your makeup. Sometimes if I'm running late, I will just put this on and go out the door, and it gives me this beautiful natural glow. Not like oily, sweaty, just came out of the gym glow, but just like beautiful, natural, radiant glow. And so I absolutely adore this product. And when I tried it, I knew it was going to become one of those products where I have a spare box in my office. The next one is probably the first primer I ever used, and I still use to this day. It is the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer Hydrating, the hydrating one, and like I said, it's just a primer I always go back to. Same with the Smashbox ones. I do not have the Smashbox one with me, but I will link this particular one that I love down below. But these are just the 4 that I have on hand right now, and I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm becoming a creature of habit and just kind of repurchasing the same things. You know, like if it's not broke, don't fix it. And that doesn't mean I don't want to try new products. I do, and I love experimenting with makeup and trying new products. But I've also just kind of gotten into that routine, and also I've fallen away from YouTube. This past year has just been so crazy, and I really, going into 2021, really want to bring back my YouTube videos and really just kind of build a community where we can just get together, comment on my videos, and start conversations down below of what skincare products have been working with you. You know, masking is such a huge ordeal right now. What's been working for you? Tell me. Like, I want to know. I want to learn from you, and I want you guys to learn from me. So that's really what I want to create on this YouTube channel. So anyway, Laura Mercier, I just went on a rant. Next primer. And you can see, like, I'm so embarrassed. These products, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, they're so dirty because they live and breathe in my makeup bag, like my everyday makeup bag, which is probably abnormally large for the normal day-to-day human. Peter Thomas Ross Skin to Die For. It's a no-filter mattifying primer and complexion perfector. I love this stuff, especially when I'm having extra big pory days, where my skin is just like in another one of those SOS moments. The next one, this guy is empty and I need to reorder, and I will be reordering, but it sells pretty quick. It was sold out last year during the VIB sale, and it is the No Pore Blem Primer. And the reason being, and it's by Touch in Sol, the reason being, I think this is an $18 primer, and it performs like a $100 primer. I think this is one of the most affordable primers on Sephora's website, and also probably the highest rated. It is just so good and worth every single penny. So I always have this around. I love to travel with it. It gives you such a smooth, filtered like base. I don't even know how to explain it. It feels good putting it on. You know how some primers, the texture just like you enjoy genuinely putting it on. I don't know if that sounds weird, but this is one of those primers. Next round is kind of going to be the after primer, but before foundation section. So before I put on, when I want a really luminous look, not necessarily glowy, but luminous look, I will use the Marc Jacobs Do You drops in the shade, I'm sorry, Dew drops in the shade Do You. And sometimes I'll even put it on over my foundation, and when I do that, it kind of gives my highlighter like a base, kind of like when you cream contour and then set it with a powdered contour. It kind of gives my highlighter like a base, and then when I put on whatever highlighter on top of it, it is just like a wow bam factor in your face. Pre-COVID, when I would go out and do this, I cannot tell you how many girls, if I was in the bathroom washing my hands, would stop me and be like, oh my god, like your highlighter is amazing. And it truly, like it's just like a magic glue that just sucks the highlighter in. But also, if you put it on before foundation, it gives you this nice luminous glow. So that's another thing, also a little on the pricier side, so I also wanted to mention it because of the sale. Next are my two go-to cream contours. The first one is the Fenty Beauty contour stick. I feel like this is everyone's holy grail. Before the Fenty one, NARS had a contour stick and they stopped making it, so then I switched to Fenty. So I was so excited when Fenty brought this out because I was devastated that NARS discontinued theirs. She also has another cream contour out that I will link down below that I will be purchasing in when my time to start comes. I'm not a VIB at the moment. And the next one is the Tarte's Pro Glow palette, and it is the cream contour that's in here. You can see I have hit pan. So those are my two go-tos, the only two that I use, and I'm excited to try this new Fenty one. The next kind of jumps a little ahead to the concealer section, but it is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Breakout. This is also so crucial if you're having acne because it is a concealer meant for skin blemishes. A lot of people say they use the Tarte Shape Tape. I use that under my eyes. That is way too heavy to be putting on a blemish because it's only going to clog up the blemish and irritate it more. This one is a full coverage, and it has, I believe it has like medication in it for your acne. I would not use this under your eyes. Strictly for blemishes. Highly recommend. It's a little tube, but it lasts a long time. Highly recommend that. Okay, jumping into foundations. These, I have 3 foundations. 2 of them are my absolute holy grail. The first one goes back to like the first higher end foundation that I ever bought myself, and I still use it to this day. I go in rotations with foundations. The second one, it has been my holy grail for the last 2 to 3 years. I can't remember when it came out, or maybe 3 to 4 years. I can't remember. And then the third one is a newer one that is now in that rotation. So the first one that has been with me since over a decade, Makeup Forever HD Foundation. You cannot go wrong with this. It gives a full coverage effect, but I think it's considered medium coverage, but it's very buildable. So you can get that full coverage effect while just feeling like you don't even have anything on your face. It's super lightweight, and it's also a satin finish, so you can make it matte if you want to, depending on how much powder you're using. I am in the shade R330, and usually if I buy foundation online, that's kind of like how I match the foundation. The next foundation is another holy grail. It's what I have on my face right now. It's what I've been wearing. I wore it in Florida a couple weeks back, but it is the YSL All Hours Foundation. It also has SPF 20 in it, and it says on the bottle, up to 24-hour wear flawless matte full coverage oil-free foundation. I will probably wear this on my wedding day. I know Casey Holmes wore it on her wedding day. I believe she's actually the one that introduced me to this. It is incredible foundation. It's also high in price compared to other foundations, so I would take advantage of the sale on this guy right here. I get the shade B45, and I have another one that's slightly lighter. I can't remember the shade off the top of my head, that I use for, you know, lighter months. The next one, I think this one, when I was looking on Sephora to make sure all the products were still sold online, this one I think had the highest rating, and this is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Oil-Free Broad Spectrum SPF 30. So what's nice about these two, Makeup Forever doesn't have SPF in it, and if I'm going to be completely honest, ever since these two came into my life, I don't use the Makeup Forever as much. This one's really been going to every day, and then this one is something that I kind of lean more towards the summer months. And it's great because both of these have SPF in them, and I kind of like when foundations do that because I feel like if I put SPF on before I put on foundation, that's just way too much stuff on my face, and it just feels heavy, and I hate it. These don't feel that way even though they have SPF in them, and both of them just keep you, I mean, this is the YSL one right now. This one performs pretty much the same as YSL one. And they just keep my skin looking flawless. I've had so many compliments lately on my skin, and it's really due to my skincare routine and this foundation right here, the YSL one. So again, all will be linked down below. Next, let's go into concealers. My number one concealer is obviously the Shape Tape, not sold on Sephora. I'll still link it down below, but sometimes on the Tarte website they have sales. The next one that I love for under the eyes is the NARS Radiant Concealer, and this is in the shade Honey. I also use another shade that I will put in the description box down below. I can't remember the name of it off my top of my head, but this is gorgeous under the eyes, and if you don't like Shape Tape because it's too heavy for you, try the NARS Radiant. The next one, also if Shape Tape is too heavy for you, is the Shiseido, and this one goes hand in hand with this guy right here. I was sent this in a PR package, is the Synchro Skin Self-Refinishing refreshing concealer, and it has a little applicator like this, not a doe foot, but kind of like a dot. So if you like to do the dot method for your concealer, this is the perfect applicator for that. And the dot method also just helps with not applying too much concealer. Okay, lots of talking. The Laura Mercier setting powder. I think this is a holy grail for everyone. I absolutely love this, but the trick to this guy right here. So I also love the Huda Beauty setting powder. I unfortunately, like I said before, not everything is moved in here yet, so I don't have that here in this office with me, but I will link it down below because I definitely recommend that one. That one makes my face look like baby smooth. It's ridiculous. But so when I'm setting my under eyes, I use this NARS press powder right here, and I will just use a tapered fluffy brush to go in under my eyes, or sometimes I'll just stick my beauty blender in there. I don't really like to do that because I feel like it's not the cleanliest methods, but it still works. And then I will bake with the Laura Mercier setting powder. It's what I did today. Hopefully you guys think my under eye looks good. I think it looks good. That's what I do. That's what works for me. Almost there, guys, I promise. Another swig. The next section I think we're gonna go into is bronzers. So this section is near and dear to my heart because I have not strayed away from these three particular bronzers for over a decade. They're the three that I constantly have in rotation in my collection, and if I'm being quite frank, I've never felt the need to stray away or try something new. But if there's something that you absolutely can't live without that's a bronzer, like bronzer wise, comment down below and let me see, and I'll think about dipping my toes in the water of a new bronzer. But these three are my holy grail. We'll start with the first one that kind of introduced the like first high-end bronzer. It has been with me for over a decade. It is currently the Benefit Hoola. I think this is a part of everyone's makeup bag. I like to buy them when they're in these sets like this. This is kind of like the one first set when they came out with Hoola Light. So as you can see, just pan all across the board. Dandelion and California are also two of my go-to blushes. You can see pan there, just pan. Love this. So I will be repurchasing a new Hoola on this as well. Next one, also pan. As you can see, I'm running low on bronzer. Tarte Park Ave Princess. This is more what I geared towards in the summer. Hoola is kind of year-round. I can use it no matter if I'm tan, pale, whatever. Park Ave Princess is more of my winter glow shade that I absolutely love. And then NARS Laguna Beach. So also, again, pan. As you can see, these three are like, I just feel so connected to these three bronzers on a whole different level. I love them. And another thing that I also think and highly recommend is just, again, pan all around. I think is if there are gift sets, I tried looking to see if NARS had any right now. I don't think they do, but this one is great. So this is Laguna Beach, and then Paloma, I think is this guy right here. So I will use Paloma Contour, which is what I did today, then Laguna Beach, and then I like all four of these blushes. Really, I go back and forth, and I really like to mix these two right here for like a sun-kissed glow. So those are the bronzers. Next is the blush section, which I kind of already dove into kind of my everyday. Another one is, I think there is a NARS blush set right here. If you can get the blush sets like this, I highly recommend, especially if Benefit has what I just showed you guys, which I think they have one out right now, and I will link down below. But if I had to pick 2 shades from NARS, I love NARS blushes all around, like all across the board. I've worked with so many of their shades, but the 2 that I have found from my time with doing wedding makeup and just doing girlfriend's makeup, the 2 shades that I think kind of are universal is definitely Orgasm. Orgasm is definitely universal, and if you find that Orgasm is a little too deep in pink for you, try Deep Throat. I know those are scandalous names. I'm sorry if I offended anyone, but they don't offend me, and I love them. I know I've had someone reach out to me and they're like, I can't use that blush. The name is just too inappropriate, but it's blush. So I apologize if you're offended. I'm not. Let's continue. Then the next one that I want to talk about, again, so going on the trend of getting the most for your dollar, buying sets, things like that. This one is very customizable. It's by Makeup Forever. And so for this little trio, and you can also buy individual cases, and they sell an individual, just one single case. I decided to do like a setting powder, a blush, and a highlighter. So the setting powder is called Eggshell. And I don't want to say it's translucent. It's not translucent. It definitely has a pink undertone. And I just love pink undertone under my eyes. I think it really makes my eyes pop. Then this guy right here, I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget, is called English Pink Blush. I love this pink blush. And I know this one doesn't hit pan, so it doesn't look like I do. But I do. I use this at least 3 times a week. Then this guy right here, obviously you can see I love it. This is called Shimmery Champagne, and this mixed with this is like, that is just, you want to highlight, you gotta highlight, girlfriend, if you mix those 2. So I highly recommend those, and check out all the shades on Sephora's website because they really do have a great range, and you can kind of customize and make it to, you know, what works best with your skin tone, what kind of vibe you're feeling right now with the seasons. Are you into a bright, like, poppy pink, or they have peachy shades, you know, whatever floats your boat, you can do that on there. So those are the 3 blushes. What did we have next? Highlighter. So I just kind of told you guys, I've been on a huge Jeffree Star kick, so I go back and forth between that Champagne Shimmer by Makeup Forever, and then these guys right here. This one in particular is Sarcophagus. There won't be an eyeshadow section in this video because I have been using nonstop every day. I have it on my eyes right now. I kind of also have a very casual look today. No false lashes, nothing like that. But every single day, ever since I bought it, ever since it launched, Jeffree Star Orgy palette. Cannot recommend it enough. I will link it down below. But again, it's not a part of the Sephora sale. Alright, speaking of eyeshadow, we are moving on to eyes. So, brows. 3 products that I use that I love. First one is kind of if I'm running out the door. It's in the shade 3, and it's the Gimme Brow Benefit. I'm sure this is on everyone's videos right now. Next one is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. The reason why I like this over the Precisely My Brow is because if you want it thin, you can make it thin because it's shaped in a triangle, so the top point is super thin, basically like the Precisely My Brow. Then if you want to go in a little thick in, like, you know, deeper areas, you have the thickness as well. And then of course the spoolie on the side. I am in the shade 2.5, I believe. Where's the shade? Hello? Yes, 2.5. Next, also Holy Grail, been with me with decades, the Clear Brow Gel from Anastasia Brow. I also want to mention, I've tried the Milk Makeup one, wasn't a fan. So these are the 2 that I like. This one I pop on right after I fill in my brows. This one is like, I'm really freaking late and I don't have time to do my brows. Let me just fill it in. The next guy. So I feel like a lot of my eye products aren't sold at Sephora, but eyeliners. For the most part, I use eyeshadow or a liquid eyeliner by Ico. I got this in my FabFitFun box, and I have eyeshadow on for eyeliner today, but there is absolutely one eyeshadow that if I won the lottery, I'd go and buy them in every single color because they just stay. They don't smudge, they don't fall. they're perfect. They are the perfect eyeliner, and I cannot recommend them enough. And that is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Pencils. I have 3 shades in particular that I love that I wanted to point out. Of course, you can do your standard black, but when I'm doing, so I only use eye pencils on my lower outline, and I think black is way too harsh underneath, but I will use black on my top lid. So to kind of balance and counteract that black, I like deep brown tones. So the first one is Irony, which when you see it, it's basically going to look like black, but it's not. It's a deep, 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 dark, chocolatey, luscious brown, and I love it. The next one is a true, like, brownie brown. It is called Earthquake, and then I absolutely love olive green. You can see it on my sweater. If you follow me on Instagram, you know the green's my favorite color, specifically olive green, and this is in the shade Overt. So only eyeliner that I really ever dabble with is that one, and it's the only one I'll ever buy. Next is, so we talked about eyeshadow, mascara. I use 2 mascaras, only one sold at Sephora, one's a drugstore, and that is the L'Oreal Voluminous. I will still link it down below, but again, not a part of the Sephora sale, but also super, super, super affordable. The next one is the Better Than Sex. This one in particular is the waterproof. This is my go-to wedding mascara. When I did brides, this is the mascara I used on them. I did not use any other mascara. I used the Better Than Sex waterproof one for an everyday. I recommend not getting the waterproof one because this is really, really meant for if you know you're gonna cry, and it's a pain to get off. So recommend the regular pink bottle one. Final countdown, so lashes. 2 things. Let's start with lash glue. So the lash brand that I'm going to talk about, there's 2 brands. I love drugstore brand lashes. One, Ardell's are flipping amazing. And second, Velour lashes. A few years back, I won, I can't get it out, but I'll post a picture. I won the Velour lash vault box, you know, the one that opens up with like the LED. I won it on Instagram giveaway. Never won one of those before. I was super excited. I remember sitting in a meeting, and it was at my last company where I worked with like a team of all women, and we were just sitting there, and like I just looked at my phone and I was like, oh my god. And I saw the notification. I was like, I just won an Instagram giveaway, and like no one thought it was cool, but I thought it was so cool because I got so many lashes and like this cool case and everything, and like it was just awesome. So I'm on those. It came with the Velour glue as well. I have repurchased the Velour glue since then, and I like it, but especially if you are new to lashes, because if you're messing around with lashes, some glues aren't as strong as others, and you get a wonky lash, and it totally just ruins your entire confidence in doing lashes. House of Lashes glue. This is everything you need, especially if you're new to lashes, because a wonky lash will ruin your self-confidence in doing your lashes. House of Lashes glue. It's cement for your eyes, and you need it. As far as tools go, the Velour, I don't know what you call these guys, I'll link it down below, but the Velour applicator to put on your eyelashes, highly recommend. Also, if you have long nails, that's your tool right there. And then I also will link this down below. This isn't everything, but I got like a false lash kit from Amazon. It was super affordable, and the products were so good. Favorite lash, which I still have this one not used. I take care of my lashes really well, and I don't wear them too often. So I clean them, I wash them, and this one, because I do that, they last a long time. But this is the shade Serendipity, and this is my backup one. I don't know where my actual ones are. I think I lost them. Actually, no, I think they're in this guy right here. But so Serendipity lashes are my go-to by Velour. I will link that down below. And then I also just love Ardell lashes as well. I just wanted to mention that while we we're on it. Setting sprays, I know I didn't mention one. Mine go-to is the Morphe one. And then I have a little handheld fan that I use to kind of like dry it down, that I got from Amazon, that I will also link down below. I'm trying to think, are we missing stuff? Oh my goodness, hair care and lip products. Okay, hang on, we're almost there, I promise. Okay. Hair care products. So the first one, and I actually was just talking to somebody about this is the Crybaby Anti-Frizz Smoothing Serum by IGK. I love IGK. This is meant for rainy days. If you constantly are straightening your hair and you still get that one side that gets like a kinky wave in it, this is going to help you with those issues. Hair days where you know it's going to rain and you're going to get the little baby frizzes, not like blow up hair, but like baby frizzes. This will help you. I don't get blow up hair, so I don't know if it's going to help you, but it's worth a shot. It is so good. It smells luscious. You do not need a lot. Just fair warning, you do not need a lot, especially if you have fine hair. If you have thicker hair, maybe. But I have fine hair. If you have fine hair, you don't need a lot. The next is one of my favorite. This is like for my extra oily days or like right after the gym. Bumble and Bumble Preta Powder. It is not like, so my favorite dry shampoo is the Batiste spray dry shampoo. It's not a spray. It's like baby powder almost. And I love it because it's, instead of spraying and kind of having it go all over, you can really target what areas are the oiliest, spray it in there, and really just work it in with your fingers. Sometimes, honestly, I prefer a powder over a spray. But if I'm going to use a spray, I absolutely live and die for Batiste. I've tried everything, every single brand under the sun that does spray ones, spray dry shampoos, and Batiste is the one that works the best for me. And like I said, I have super fine hair, but again, for targeting more and being able to really work with it, the Bumble and Bumble Preta Powder. I also use the new one that they have that's like a spray form that's marketed towards using it after the gym. Not like a huge fan, but I keep it in my gym bag. The last thing, we didn't really talk about lip products, and that's because, so right now what I have on my lips is Maybelline Stay. I am obsessed with this line, like obsessed. I want every single shade. I probably have like 10 of the shades, and I think they have 30 now. I discovered that line when it first came back, but really been working in between the Maybelline Stay and Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lips. Those are my go-tos, and with the Maybelline, I don't really oftentimes have to line my lips, but when I do, Morphe lip liners, they're like $2 or $3 unless they've gone up in price since the last time I bought them. So those aren't a part of the Sephora sale, but they are super affordable. I will link them down below. As far as lip products from Sephora go, there is really only one brand that I absolutely ride or die for their lip product. Granted, I have not tried them all. Like I said, I've been on a huge Maybelline Jeffree Star kick. Buxom Cosmetics. So I was first introduced to Buxom during the holidays, actually, and I haven't looked to see if they're doing this year. I want to say it was about 2 years ago. They had like a 50 pack mini lip gloss set. And so this shade right here is Mudslide. I'm going to put it on for you. And I can just see the shade working on so many skin tones. Even if you have a deeper complexion and you're looking at this and you're like, girl, you're crazy. I might be, but I can see this with someone with a deeper complexion having like a nice, like a darker lined lip. And then kind of like that ombre effect, and then putting this on. And the Buxom lip gloss is a plumping lip gloss, so you will get a little tingly. Not too bad. It's definitely bearable. So yes, this is everything. We have made it to the end. The wine is kicking in. Perfect timing because I need to get off the camera. Because I don't want to make a fool of myself. Because I am a chatty Cathy with wine, and an even worse chatty Cathy without wine. So these are my ride or dies. I feel like I've said I cannot recommend this enough for so many products. If you stayed to this very end, thank you. It means so much. I hope you guys buy new products from this video that you like and are excited about. So if you do, let me know, comment down below, let me know what you're purchasing. I'm so excited for you to try something new. I hope it works for you just as much as it's worked for me. I feel like the wine has just taken over the outro to this video. Thank you for watching. Y'all support means so much. I can't wait to see all the new products you get, and tag me down below or tag me on Instagram at the Peachy List at the end of this video. Or when you try your new product. I should not drink wine anymore when I make videos. I think that's the lesson learned here.